Welcome to Past Paradise, Real Estate Heaven, where we show you the world's most luxurious residences. Expect to be astounded as we tour luxurious homes that redefine luxury. Jim Jordan's residence, a stunning architectural masterpiece that mixes traditional beauty with contemporary refinement, is shown today. This luxurious property is an exclusive enclave with large living areas, modern conveniences, and jaw-dropping panoramic views. This magnificent home is where Jim Jordan and his partner live in luxury and comfort. Every part of this estate is spectacular, from the stately entrance to the perfectly crafted interiors and lush garden paradise. Relax and be ready to be fascinated by one of the most majestic and charming residences you'll ever see. Bill and Hillary Clinton, Washington, D.C., $5.5 million estimated. Beginning with the governor's home in Arkansas and ending in the White House, Bill and Hillary Clinton have lived in government-provided housing for 18 consecutive years. This does not, however, imply that the well-known political duo has not been able to amass any personal property. It's reasonable to believe that the Clintons can afford to purchase any home they like, even this magnificent one in Washington, D.C., given their extensive political experience and several books authored between them. However, one evaluation from 2022 placed its worth well above $5.5 million. Nikki Haley, Kiowa Island, South Carolina, $2.4 million. Because she had previously served as the state's governor and had acquired this magnificent piece of land, Nikki Haley was well known in South Carolina. She and her spouse spent an incredible $2.4 million on a house on one of the world's most exclusive real estate markets, Kiowa Island. Built in 2003, the 5,774 square foot home is on a half-acre site with views of the Kiowa River and 100-year-old oak and palm trees. The Mediterranean-style property offers 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, an outdoor kitchen, terraces, and many balconies. Karine Jean-Pierre, Washington, D.C., undisclosed. Karine Jean-Pierre is the White House's chief deputy press secretary. She is a political strategist, activist, and author of Haitian American descent, born in Martinique. She is the first black woman in this job and the first openly homosexual woman. Regarding her house, no information about it is accessible to the public. She chooses to remain in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area since it is closer to her place of employment as the White House press secretary. Nonetheless, Jean-Pierre has lived in several U.S. cities, including her childhood home of New Jersey, New York, and Washington, D.C. Her life is still kept secret, and not much is known about her tastes or family. Kellyanne Conway, Washington, D.C., $8 million. Former White House advisor Kellyanne Conway lived in an opulent home in the Massachusetts Avenue Heights district of Washington, D.C. while serving in the White House. The half-acre property, measuring close to 15,000 square feet, is said to have cost her over $8 million. The 8-bedroom estate was reportedly constructed in the 1920s and has a sophisticated fusion of traditional and contemporary architectural design. Among the interior highlights are a large entry hall, a formal living room with a fireplace, a wine cellar, a dining room, a gourmet kitchen equipped with the best equipment, and a quaint family room with built-in bookcases. John Fetterman, Braddock, Virginia, price undisclosed. Since John Fetterman was elected to the U.S. Congress, much has come to light about him, and one of them is that he thinks living in a taxpayer-funded home with servants is completely wrong. We also know that due to his amazing height, he feels claustrophobic in tiny quarters, which is one of the reasons he enjoys his Braddock loft's tall 12-foot ceiling so much. Originally a car dealership owner, Fetterman and his wife decided in 2013 that the house should be theirs when they saw it. Thus, they completely overhauled it in a vintage manner for 9 months. Al Gore, Nashville, $2.3 million. Al Gore's life surely improved in other ways, even if his loss to George W. Bush in the presidential race prevented him from becoming president. Quietly, he abandoned his political career to concentrate on building a fortune, which proved to be well paid. In Nashville's Belmead neighborhood, Gore and his family reside in an opulent 10,070 square foot estate built in the colonial style. When the home was built in 1915, It had 20 rooms, including 5 bedrooms, 8 full baths, and 2 half bathrooms. Gore allegedly spent $2.3 million on the house and the adjacent property in 2002. Magic Johnson, Orange County, $7.6 million. Magic Johnson is among the greatest basketball players ever and has received several honors. The 5-time NBA champion has an outstanding record that includes Series MVP and the most important individual honors in the league. Johnson has made real estate investments, concentrating in cities. He has provided funding for 30 initiatives in 13 states. He purchased a 3-story Mediterranean home in 2007 for $7.6 million, and it now serves as his family's retreat. The property has a home theater, a terrace, a wine cellar, and 5 bedrooms with 7 bathrooms. In addition to having an elevator and a swimming pool, the mansion has amazing views of the Pacific Ocean and Catalina Islands. Nancy Pelosi, San Francisco, $2.25 million. Most people only associate Nancy Pelosi with her role as the former U.S. House of Representatives Speaker. She's also the first woman to have held that post in history and a devoted Democrat to top it all off. She has made real estate ventures around the country with her spouse, Paul. This massive property, one of several in the exclusive Pacific Heights district of San Francisco, was bought for $2.25 million in 2007. Not much is known about the inside, other than that it is a 2-story house with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a 420-square-foot basement. Sarah Palin, Scottsdale, Arizona, $6.2 million. When Sarah Palin was the governor of Alaska, she formerly possessed a sizable estate in the Phoenix, Arizona region. However, she made a profit on the substantial piece of real estate for which she had paid $937,000 in 2015. Palin spent a significant amount less on the house than it was sold for when it sold for $6.2 million. The 7,660-square-foot mansion had been renovated by her, which raised its worth. The estate has 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, an eat-in kitchen, a gaming room, a library, a media room, and formal and casual dining areas. Martin Hyde, Florida, undisclosed. In addition to being a prominent figure on the internet, Martin Hyde is a Republican Party representative, a former professional soccer player, and a media personality. Hyde is a well-known politician who gained notoriety when he announced his intention to run for re-election to the 16th Congressional District in Florida in Washington, D.C. Aside from politics, Hyde has built up a sizable wealth by running several profitable enterprises. The stunning Florida house he owns with his family is only one of his priceless belongings. Even though not much is known about the property, his residence has all the high-end facilities befitting Hyde's status in society. Bryan Cranston, Ventura County, $4.99 million. 6-time Emmy winner Bryan Cranston and his family were quarantined in their California home during the COVID outbreak. Cranston claims that in addition to spending money, he sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears to construct the home of his dreams. The modern Ventura home, dubbed 3 Palms, is a 3-bedroom, 4-bath house with an open-concept living space with a reading nook, fireplace, and contemporary kitchen. He moved into this home in 2013 and put it up for sale. In 2022, it was listed for $4.995 million. Elijah Cummings, Baltimore, undisclosed amount. Many people regarded Elijah Cummings as a legend after his death because of his more than 20 years of service in Congress. He struggled to defend our democracy at that time while serving as the chairman of the House Oversight Committee. Cummings' premature death less than a year later cruelly ended his career as head. Cummings was a longtime resident of Maryland and left one of the most beautiful homes in Baltimore when he died. Several additional mansions in the area have beautiful interiors meticulously maintained to retain as much of the original architectural style as possible, even though cameras have never been permitted inside. Jim Jordan, Worthington, estimated $5 million. Longtime Worthington resident Jim Jordan has an estimated net worth of $8.4 million from his successful congressional career. Jordan, the leading member of the House Judiciary Committee, is well known after more than 2 decades of service. Jordan's impact goes beyond Congress due to his staunch conservative stance. His Worthington home's spectacular architecture and well-kept decor reflect his achievements. Jordan's residence is said to combine contemporary luxury with classic charm, although it has never been seen. Worthington has numerous great homes that preserve their historic history while incorporating modern conveniences. Jordan is well known in his community for his work, lifestyle, public service, and personal accomplishments. Meg Ryan, Soho, estimated $10.9 million. Following her success in romantic comedies such as When Harry Met Sally and the classic You've Got Mail, Meg Ryan disappeared from the public eye. In a 2020 interview with Vanity Fair, she mentioned that the public's constant scrutiny and criticism played a part in her decision to leave the spotlight. Ryan sold her Soho apartment for $10.9 million in 2017. Ryan bought it from The Simpsons actor Hank Azaria in 2013, but it became too much of a burden. From an interview, she has taken a fresh interest in house remodeling. Stacy Abrams, Atlanta, undisclosed amount. As a candidate for governor, Stacy Abrams made lowering living expenses one of her top priorities. Nevertheless, Abrams' hopes were dashed, and she ultimately lost the election. After leaving politics, she became a popular novelist and authored numerous books. Abrams chose to purchase a few homes in Atlanta despite not being able to fulfill her ambitions of becoming a politician. According to reports, the former congressman purchased 2 Georgian villas in 2019. Although Abrams hasn't shared many pictures of her new $975,000 second house, she admitted that the property's amazing kitchen played a big role in her choice to purchase it. Larry Bird, Naples, Florida, $4.6 million. Basketball icon and native of Indiana, Larry Bird guided the Boston Celtics to 3 NBA titles when he was a member of the organization. In 2003, Bird purchased a 10,232 square foot waterfront property on Venetian Bay in Naples, Florida. August 2002 saw the completion of Bird and his wife Dinah's Indianapolis dream home. The home is on 1.5 acres and has 3 fireplaces, 5 bedrooms, and 8 bathrooms. Bird eventually decided to sell the house and listed it for $4.8 million. After that, he reduced the asking price to $4.6 million and took it off the market. Christina Aguilera, Beverly Hills, estimated $13.5 million. In 2013, a well-known singer, Christina Aguilera, purchased a home in a gated enclave in Beverly Hills. In 2011, Aguilera listed her former Beverly Hills home for sale. In 2013, she moved into a new one. After divorcing her former spouse, Jordan Bratman, Aguilera listed her Beverly Hills home for $13.5 million. The 10,000 square foot, 6-bedroom, 9-bathroom estate is renowned as the backdrop for The Osbournes, an MTV reality program featuring Ozzy, Sharon, Jack, and Kelly. After their breakup with Bratman, the pop queen and her kid moved in with musician Matthew Rutler, her partners since 2010. George W. and Laura Bush, Dallas, $4.6 million. After George W. Bush departed the White House, he and his devoted and loving wife, Laura, returned to Texas. This enormous estate, located on a gated cul-de-sac south of Dallas, Texas, is owned by them. During their senior years, the Bushes will have plenty of space to stretch out with a 1,600-acre ranch home that is 4,000 square feet. The Bush family still owns a ranch in the Crawford region of Texas, although they now live in Dallas. A raving piece in Architectural Digest featured the expansive 1,600-acre Prairie Chapel Ranch, which has never been listed on the MLS. Michael Jordan and Yvette Prieto, Chicago, estimated $14.9 million. Many people consider NBA superstar Michael Jordan to be among the greatest players of all time. A new generation of outstanding players has been motivated by him after his 2003 NBA retirement. Jordan has many multi-million-dollar houses dispersed around the nation. He has a house in Highland Park, a suburb of Chicago. The home is around 32,000 square feet. but the property's overall square footage approaches 56,000 when the pool and tennis court are included. For $14.8 million, this 9-bedroom, 19-bathroom mansion has been up for sale since 2012. Gabrielle Giffords, Tucson, Arizona, $1.4 million. Gabrielle Gifford is a prominent figure in American politics, serving as Arizona's state legislator, senator, and congresswoman. She advocated for tighter border restrictions, more use of renewable energy sources, and improved assistance for veterans of the armed forces when she was in government. An assassination attempt suddenly ended her bright career. She has spent a significant portion of the last 5 years in Tucson, Arizona, recovering with her husband, retired astronaut Mark Kelly. They allegedly paid around $1.4 million for the 10-room, 4,500-square-foot house. Though it makes sense that they would like to be private, the couple often shares a few images of their gorgeous home online. Joanna and Chip Gaines, Crawford, Texas, estimated $1.2 million. It has been almost 20 years since Chip and Joanna Gaines were married. They have transformed their company into a globally renowned enterprise throughout that period. Due to the success of their HGTV program, Fixer Upper, a multi-million-dollar home remodeling company was born. Given how often they renovate properties, it is hardly surprising that they possess this exquisite Victorian home. The house sits on 40 acres of land with 3 baths, a country-style kitchen, numerous living spaces, and a craft room. The family owns several structures, including a greenhouse on large grounds, considering how much time they spend outside. Cher, Beverly Hills, estimated $2.5 million. Cher, as the world knows her, was born as Sherilyn Sarkisian. She has accumulated significant riches over the years and has invested some of it in real estate, earning her the reputation of being one of the most well-known artists ever. After building her first home in Los Angeles and moving on to other affluent places, Cher now owns multiple exquisite houses throughout the globe. In 2013, she bought Modern Family star Ed O'Neill's 2-story home for $2.1 million. Constructed in 1957, the mansion has a main bedroom connected to a bathroom, 4 more bedrooms, 3 more bathrooms, a private office, and a large walk-in closet. Kamala Harris, Brentwood, California, $5.2 million. Before joining Joe Biden's 2020 campaign, Kamala Harris worked in state and federal politics for 16 years. With homes ranging from San Francisco to Washington, D.C., Harris has amassed a portfolio worth millions of dollars. She and her spouse reside in a 3,500-square-foot mansion in the Brentwood region of Los Angeles. The house, formerly valued at $2.8 million, has subsequently increased and is projected to reach nearly $5.2 million in 2022. The mansion was constructed in 1948 on a third of an acre and has 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. It has a gated doorway, a swimming pool, and frequent security patrols for further protection. Jeff Bezos, Beverly Hills, $165 million. If Jeff Bezos isn't getting ready for a space trip, he's probably hunting for another trophy property to add to his vast collection. When Bezos bought this Beverly Hills house in February 2020 for $165 million, it was California's most expensive real estate deal. In addition to the main house, which is 13,600 square feet and has a Georgian architectural style, the property's 10 acres include a 9-hole golf course, a swimming pool, a tennis court, large terraces, and a nursery. It wasn't sufficient since Bezos paid an additional $10 million to purchase the adjacent property in July 2022. Ted Cruz, Houston, $2 million estimated. As a junior senator and a past presidential contender, Ted Cruz inevitably has to spend much time in the Capitol. When he returned to Houston, he looked for a cozy place to unwind. Cruz had no idea that the pandemic would keep him confined to his house for most of 2020 when he bought the property a few years ago. The 3 stories of the 1940 constructed mansion house are 4,142 square feet in total. This expansive estate, which spans 3 stories and is situated in the affluent River Oaks neighborhood just outside of Houston, has 5 bedrooms and 3 exquisitely designed bathrooms. Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester, $4.24 million. Following his successful on-field exploits that brought in millions of dollars, as well as his off-field sponsorship deals and prudent investment of his fortune, Cristiano Ronaldo has solidified his position as one of the richest sportsmen in the world. The Portuguese forward now has homes all around the globe after investing a large portion of his wealth in real estate. Among his numerous luxurious residences is his $4 million property in Manchester. The house in Alderley Edge has ridiculously large rooms, a theater, an incredibly large yard, and a swimming pool complete with a jacuzzi. Finally, in 2018, Ronaldo decided to give up the property.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon